Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. Welcome to PolScotrpc's update video. It's 6 days early. I do not have time to create it this coming week. It was due on the 16th, so I'm gonna have to do it early now. But we'll get into it in just a minute, and I'll explain what is happening with the community. Hello everyone and welcome to PolScotrpc's update here on from the media team here at PolScotrpc. Jasmine, thanks very much. So what has changed in the community? Well, quite a lot of things actually have changed. We've now got a full command team from Chief Constable right down to Sergeant, so we are no longer taking on command members in the community. We have got a steady amount of numbers within the command structure, and the community is now sitting at 11 to 12 members, so it has completely changed over the last couple of days. What is likely to change? Well, we are going to be bringing higher standards in the community. We are looking at our uniforms, part of the Scottish Modifications and Development team. We're looking at the uniforms and seeing what we can get, seeing what we can change as well, and constantly developing it. So, I'll go through the new vests. I'll show you the two new vests we've now got. We've now got this one, which is the harness on top of the vest. And then we have this one, which is now the equipment on the vest, better than the one that we had before. So they're the two new uniforms. As far as vehicles go, no new vehicles yet. We have got some in development, which we will be looking at doing over the next couple of days and weeks. They take quite a long time for the development. Obviously, due to Rockstar's copyright, we will be removing this logo here, and we'll now be replacing it with this logo here, which is the PolScot logo. So that's that one there. All the vehicles will be fitted with them over this year. So yeah, they will all be fitted with the community logos. This is just because Rockstar's said that you're not allowed licensed stuff in the 5M, so we'll just get rid of it. That saves it from getting taken down. But we don't really use the Police Scotland logo that much anyway. A lot of the vehicles. So going over to the drone unit. Many people might have noticed I have changed the colour of the drone support unit to white. I've also reconfigured, let me just go into first person. I've also moved the badge that was slightly off centre, so that's now That's now been as centred as it possibly can do. Fortunately, it's really hard to get it centre because the drone unit thing isn't actually centred. I've changed the colour of the blue as well, so it's now a darker blue, and it now matches the dog section vehicle there. And then obviously on the dog section, again, the PolScot logo. So the logo there, the logo on that vehicle, and the logo over there on the other vehicles now match the logo on the police stations. So if I just go around here, that's probably better. So yeah, as you can see, that's the community logo on the blurry police station sign. So yeah, we have started removing the official Police Scotland logo. Just because I don't want Rockstar to have a go at me over licensed products, because 5M is now owned by Rockstar, and Rockstar hate licensing. I got an email the other day from them telling me that I'd been reported for using licensed products. I have no idea why. But anywho, no new fleet, new uniforms. We're looking at redesigning some of the policies within the community as well. We are going to be doing updates. QB Core is now in the server and is now working. Sorry, I'm going to have to eat something or I'll die. But yeah, there's quite a bit to be changed. Albo's FMS will now be fully used. So if I do PNC, so yeah, we can now search players. We can now do forums as well, so we can report forums, and also we can do the custody within inside of server. To get just on the panel, it's just literally FMS, and there you go. You can do, I think you can FMS uniform, but I don't actually think that works at the moment. Let's see, uniforms. Oh, it does actually. So yeah, you can get uniforms and stuff like that. I don't even know if these work. Hang on. Apparently that's, oh, yeah. Well, it does work if it actually wants to work. Right, let's go back. Further changes to the EUP is other changes have been made to the community. Every single member, doesn't matter if you're civilian, police officer, firefighter, paramedic, you now get your PolScot email address, which I've unfortunately, due to an iMapping issue, the cPanel is currently broken. I'm hoping that is going to be fixed very, very shortly. That is due to the actual Wix website iMapping something wrong. So I need to change the domains over so it forwards to the right email address. So it keeps on breaking on me. So no changes to any of the police station interiors. They are just absolutely the same from the last time we updated. We're going on to the focus of the community. So we're focusing on 999 response and CPT. Specialist divisions, we're not really focusing on them too much at the moment. So that's your specialist divisions are firearms, road traffic, motorcycle unit, collision investigation unit, and dog section. We're not really focusing on them too much at the moment. Just that it's better just to have the CPT and 999 response at the moment, just to try and get that level of consistency with the members, and getting them to actually deal with like the investigation side, the arrest side, and also making sure that the members know how to investigate things, looking into the investigation side of things, and also dealing with the custody side. So specialist divisions will be used during the patrols, but again, that really depends on what happens, what we're looking at to happen during the patrol, and what the civilians make up during the patrol as well. So yes, we might have some specialist divisions on, but the main focus is on around about the beating heart of the policing, and that's your community police officers and your 999 response officers, which would be called out before anyone else, unless it's a road traffic accident or a person failing to stop. So a lot of things will be altering during the coming weeks. However, like I say, at the moment, that is going to be down to what we've got no command available. There's just simply no room for commands with the numbers. If the numbers grow, we might make 2 sergeants, 2 inspectors, 2 chief inspectors, 2 superintendents. But at the moment, that is literally just down to you come in, you're a police officer, that's the end of it. There's no other way of doing it, because I don't want 350 superintendents when I can have 1 superintendent, 1 chief superintendent, 1 chief inspector, and stuff like that. Commitments. Now, this is a big thing. Commitments have now changed within the community. The commitments are now 3 days a week for the minimum of 1.5 hours. For full-time, part-time, 2 days a week for the minimum of the entirety of the patrol, unless stated otherwise at the beginning. Flexi time. Now, flexi time was an issue previously, but not now. So, flexi time is basically for people that don't have the time to commit full-time or part-time to the community. So, you can do 1 day a week on flexi time or twice a month. And that's something that we have decided to start doing for people that have full-time jobs or full-time commitments, but they still want to be part of the community. We're now offering a flexi time scale. The flexi time is to help people understand, help people be in the community, but not be in part of that. However, civilians, eventually, once we get everything sorted out, civilians will be public. So people will be able to sign up and be just a civilian, and will allow civilians to come in that aren't part of the community. You can give as much time or as little time as you want, but we're finding that getting just people for civilian is quite hard. So to try and relieve the pressure off the officers and the emergency service staff from actually doing civilian, we're going to open it up to public. You will still need to be connected to our FMS. You will be whitelisted. However, you'll be a resident civilian where you can come in, you can role play as a civilian. However, that role-playing experience that you give us must be of reasonable standard. There is no messing around. Bad behaviour won't be tolerated. If you're just here to, if you're going to troll the server, you'll just get thrown out immediately. There's no 2 ways about it. You will be blacklisted. So they're the things that are coming very soon. However, there isn't much to discuss. Obviously, if you need to contact us, you can do via our FMS and go into or ask for the forum and Discord. We don't offer Discord support anymore. It's just that members are like not seeing them or tickets are being delayed. where on the FMS it's a little bit easier. It's all recorded. When we're going back and forward, looking at the information that we've received, that will stay on an account. So when you message in, we have a record of that, and we can keep that for as long as we have the FMS. It gets a bit tricky with Ticket Tool as well, transcripting, and members say one thing, then another member says another thing. Or there's too many people getting involved in the tickets because people expect an answer straight away. That member might suddenly go off, and we're having to then look up the Ticket Tool. We're on the FMS, the Force Management System. That's easier for us to go into the forum, look at what's been said previously, so we can keep consistency with what we're telling you. So we have now done. We are now going to be using the form system on the FMS for use to means of contact. Some of the other changes that we've made in the community, we've now got shields as well that can be used. We've now bought police shields to keep that consistency up. We've brought in new rules as well, new procedures for officers to follow as well. So now where an officer feels comfortable, he can now read the caution out on the street. From Chief Inspector and below, you can now wear the baseball caps. However, in some situations, we ask members to wear their peak caps. All members are now required to tell us that they're booking on duty or off duty. Patrol announcements come out on a Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday at 7 AM. So you have 12 and a half hours to book on. We no longer give announcements out during the day about, obviously, the patrols coming up. You get a message, you'll get one message at 6:30 at night informing you that the patrol's in an hour. Car channels will be used. FMS will now be fully used across it. The removing of the updates for the control room. So when you get on scene, you no longer need to tell the control room that you're on scene or you're state 5. This can be done by doing S5 in chat, and you'll update it yourself. Members must use QuickCard through FMS. That means that members will now be asked to, if they're on a random traffic stop, they do it through the FMS system. To update PNC and FMS and forums can be done by in-game by typing FMS like I showed you at the beginning. Also, the biggest change as well, all members will now be able to do their self-assessment. It's an assessment of their colleagues under the Code of Ethics stated by the Police Scotland Code of Ethics. So unethical behaviour can be challenged. We ask all members now are given the right to challenge unethical behaviour. However, we ask it to be done in briefing after the community games, not during the community games, unless that is on a scene. Members have the right. Members must not use unnecessary chat through the radios unless you're double crewed. If you're double crewed, you can talk about whatever you want, but not over the radio. All members have the right to text each other and call each other during the patrols, if need be. Calls and texts by QB Core are recorded. We've now said, and this was something that was fed back to me by somebody outside of the community, officers should not be driving off during the patrols. I have corrected that in the update that has now. Unless they're asked to do so, they need to confirm it with their senior officer if they're no longer needed on there. The use of tasers as well during failed to stops if the person is unarmed, that has been resolved, and thank you to the person that brought that to my attention. That has now been resolved as well. All the boot equipment is in the back of the vehicles, so we've now got the boot equipment for officers has now been placed in the back of the vehicles, and officers can now use them. If members need to go out of character for any reason or ask a question, then they must request a point-to-point now, where necessary, if there is a manager available in order to do that. And also the panic buttons as well, big thing. We haven't really used panic buttons that much because obviously people use them for the unnecessary reasons. That has been looked into as well. I have decided that panic buttons should only be used in a life or death situation where you need emergency assistance. Now there's two ways to press the panic button. You can do S0 in chat, which sets off the panic button, or you can do radio, which pulls up this. And what happens is you hold and press the orange button there, and that will alert that will set off the MDT panic button. If you're in a police station, then you can just go to any of the bars in the police station or buttons, and you can set off the custody alarm, and that then triggers back to our FMS system to say that there's been an activation on that. Also, that will activate Discord as well, so the controller, if he doesn't see it, then it'll tell we can keep a log of it on the Discord, so when it is pressed, we can go on the FMS and we can come in game and we can cancel it down, because there is no way for members to actually turn it off. We have moved the panel deliberately. The panel is behind a locked door that only the senior management can get into, and that was on purpose by Scottish Modifications team. But that's it for the update relay for this month. The one that will be next month before your next update, so it'll be the 10th of April when the next update is. We will look at new stuff during the course of the month, and you'll get your update once a month about what's happening with PolScotrpc, where we're looking at, and what are the current member counts. So again, the current member count is 11 members at the moment, and all the command ranks at this point is full. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, then please enter our Discord, ask them. If you need to contact us privately, then please come into our Discord at the networks and ask us to send you a link to the form. We no longer deal with tickets in the Discord for PolScotrpc. If you would like, we can send you an email address. If you don't want to put it on a form, we do have a community email address that you can send your question to, and we'll email you back. That is it for me for now. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.